I'm just going to start. I usually don't do prefaces, but there's one that I might do before the one. This one's called Hit a Vein. Hit a vein, motherfucker.
Hit it!
And thanks to everybody that allowed me to be here. I was out before photographing the freight trains. They're beautiful. They're like poems themselves out there. I'm from New York, so I hibernate a lot, so I don't get to see that type of stuff. So I have some photographs on my phone of the freight trains in the dark. This one's called Hit a Vein, motherfucker. Some poets fear drawing blood. They just flirt with the audience and maybe play the knife game where you spread your fingers and stab a blade between the quivering digits. But they never even speed up, and the blade folds back into its bed unstained, but not before slicing up goddamn apples. That's the end of that. Don't do it like that. You gotta Elliot Smith to it.
3 times.
3 times. He's my favorite artist, so I have a soft spot in my heart for Elliot Smith. This one's called Turning 48. Today I tried to imagine the maternity ward where I entered this place, the sheets steeped in blood, scraps of the ruptured cocoon, the deep purple braid of the umbilical, my own wailing, and then I thought of that other bed, the one my mother died in, the one I can recall because I was there, the silence, the blankness, the gray stick figure at the center. Then I envisioned both beds fused together, one on top of the other. Maybe we should all be required to spend a night in that kind of bunk, outside beneath the stars. I'm going to change this one. This one's called Playing Simon Says with Death. One day you'll play a game of Simon Says with Death. Death will be a bully, of course, and be Simon. Death will begin with easy demands. Simon says breathe in and out. Simon says walk across the floor, etc. And he'll gain speed and finally get confused and fuck up. He'll gain speed and you'll finally get confused and fuck up. And then you'll step out of that strange suit of skin and you'll let go of your organs like you let go a sack of apples and oranges. Like you let a sack of apples and oranges fall to the floor and roll in many directions, and you'll stand with the other losers, a crowd of shades stripped down to the bones, but no worries, no one ever wins. I was fucking that one up, I don't know why. Poetry is trying not to fuck up. I fuck up so much, I may not seem like it, but I'm anxious, and if I was able to package that as a drug and you can snort it, you'd get fucking higher than you ever got higher before. So.
Killing it.
Yeah. The Lens. This one's called The Lens. When I was 5, I'd wait in the lobby of the hospital while my mother visited my dying grandmother. Children were not allowed on that floor, but my mother lied and told me my grandmother was watching from the security cameras. So I sat there waving at the lens, and my grandmother is gone, and my mother is gone, and almost everybody is gone. And I try to stay out of hospitals and walk through the woods more often and wave hello and not goodbye at trees and clouds and birds. there of the sun. Once my mother told me a story about when her father suddenly died of a heart attack on a Brooklyn street in 1963. And she had to go do laundry the day after. And looking around the crowded place, asked herself, how dare these washers turn and these dryers spin? How can the sun still be shining? And decades later, I remember it again, alone there in the hospital with her body, as the baseball game announcer shouted the play-by-play on the television. An afternoon June light blasted through the leafy boughs just outside the window, past the undrawn curtains. This one's called Happy Death Day to You. The Reaper will make a cake of your body one day, a Happy Death Day cake. They'll squeeze some feces from a colostomy bag like a baker and write your name on your chest in cursive. Maybe create a little tombstone next to it. Happy Death Day, motherfucker. It'll say oozing brown icing. And then he'll jab a lit cigar into your navel where the umbilical once was rooted, and the gray folds of ash will glow and grow. Then he'll whisper, sing into your ear, Happy Death Day, Happy Death Day to you, Happy Death Day, motherfucker, Happy Death Day to you. And the worms will sing along as they bang the butts of their forks, hungry for dessert. And you'll get one wish before you blow out the cigar. And what might that be? Then the Reaper will take his sickle and divide you up as the worms line up with their empty plates. And then come back for seconds, of course. And somewhere your wish will float through space like a falling star. Death Day to everybody. Even the freight trains. Whatever that is. This one's called Pregnant with Death. Even though it is spring, the earth is always pregnant with a large litter of death. Perform a sonogram on a graveyard, and you will see the bodies in the most unfetal position imaginable, their stiff knees as far as they can get from their unbeating hearts. I didn't mean to ruin spring for everybody. This one's called Love Poem. That title makes me want to puke, but it's called Love Poem. She stayed long enough to make him feel that his suit of skin didn't always have to be a body bag. That's the Do I have time? I have time. One more? Two more. How many? Two.
Death Day, motherfucker.
I gotta go to the short one. This one is, I wasn't gonna read this one, but I'll read it. It's about some experience I had with someone I was in love with, and it was about a take home. They called it a non-invasive abortion. It's called Let There Be Snow. With her own fingers, she stuck the 4 pills from the clinic high up inside her as instructed. An hour later it began, just she and I alone in this universe. 2 gods on making a life. And although it was just the size of a grape, it did not go quietly. She vomited violently 6 times. Feces ran like water from her rectum. Her head pounded. The room spun. She vertically jackknifed several times on the way back and forth to the bathroom. And then the blood streamed from her womb, clots too. One looked like a strip of raw bloody chicken that clung to the shower drain. I picked it up in a ball of paper and flushed it She bled into the night, soaking pad after pad. She wrapped them in tissue paper and tossed them in the garbage. In the morning, there was a blue bucket full of blood sandwiches. A week later, the doctor said her uterus would still be full of blood, like a human wineskin that keeps refilling. It's 3 weeks later and she is still bleeding. We haven't made love in a month. Instead, we cling to each other in bed. So she sometimes sobs at night. What right did we 2 bags of bones have playing God? In 3 days it will be Christmas. She will bleed into the new year. Sometime in January, when the bleeding ceases, when we finally make love again. I hope it is snowing. I hope there is a lot of white beneath our window, and after we can run outside barefoot, ankle deep in those tiny crystal apparitions that will melt into our warm flesh. Yes, God, I insist there must be snow. I'll read this one. It's called "There's a Little Hobo in My Heart who forever gives the finger to humanity." For every time a father flips a dinner table over, for every time a wife winds up at a motel, there's a little hobo in my heart who forever gives the finger to humanity. For every time the cage door in solitary slams shut, for every time the police baton meets bone, for every time a horse gets beaten in the stall, there's a little hobo in my heart who forever gives the finger to humanity. For every time a family uses the stove to heat the room, for every time a teenage soldier tries on a prosthetic limb, there's a little hobo in my heart who forever gives the finger to humanity. For every time the sheriffs put out still warm furniture on the curb, for every time there's an ignored bedpan, there's a little hobo in my heart who forever gives the finger to humanity. For every time something living is caught in the crosshairs, for every time the warden signals for the IV to begin dripping, for every time a father breaks his son, there's a little hobo in my heart who forever gives the finger to humanity. For every time the outsider gets the shit kicked out of them by the insider, for every time the repo man on stealthy heels arrives, for every time a city has to shut its lights and sound its sirens, there's a little hobo in my heart that forever gives the finger to humanity.